Hello dear friends, let's talk about problems of Peugeot 306. Of the gas stations, the smallest is 1.4. It's small enough that we don't consider it further as it can handle the Peugeot 306. 1.6 is the optimal choice. The best ratio of performance and consumption, which by the way is not so small. The average you can expect is just under 8 liters of unleaded gasoline, which is quite a lot. The strongest is the 2.0 that is built into the Peugeot 306 GTI model, but with excellent performance comes a fairly high consumption, so we do not recommend it to frugal customers. There are two diesel variants for this kind of clientele. 1.9 with and without turbine. The difference in consumption is not large, but in performance it is, so we advise the one with the turbine. The average consumption of the factory is 4.7 liters of diesel, but expect more. Although a rather conservative design gives the impression of being a family sedan, air drag coefficient of 0.36, the Peugeot 306 quickly gained recognition for its maneuverability. Thanks to the special attention paid to the suspension, passive rear wheel steering, stabilizers on both axles, and favorable mass distribution, the Peugeot 306 has long been considered the best performing car in its class. The cabin is modestly decorated but fully functional. The successful production version of the Peugeot 306 also served as a good springboard for the sporty GTI variant, which saw the light of the day in 1996 and won the hearts of many on the shortcut. The Peugeot 306 experienced its refreshment in May 1997, when designers, in an attempt to match the style of this model with the popular 206 common, modified the headlights, radiator, grille and bumpers. The necessary changes in the appearance of the instrument panel were also made, and the engines were rejuvenated with 4-valve technology. The weak point, the upholstery of the door that has separated from the steel sheet. A significant novelty in the engine compartment of the Peugeot 306 did not appear until 1998, when the classic diesel was replaced by the first generation of the HDI 2.0 engine. Although of the same power, this turbo-powered engine has brought a reduction in consumption and pollution, with quieter operation and better power delivery. Let's see now what distinguishes the Peugeot 306 as a used car. First of all, mechanics said that this, in constant to some newer models of the same house, is a car without a mistake. The body is very resistant to corrosion. As with the 406, 75% of the sheets are galvanized. The original parts are long-lasting, although not cheap, and the engines are extremely durable, of course with proper maintenance. As a weak point of support for the Peugeot 306, the vertical support links of the stabilizers stand out, and the condition of the wheel bolts needs to be checked more often. In the case of engines, it is symptomatic that the head gasket blows for about 150,000 kilometers, as well as oil leaks from the turbine at a similar mileage. This information is good to know due to established practice of returning the kilometer hour, because it can be an indicator of an insincerity of the seller. For a Peugeot 306 around the age of 10, one should count on replacing the exhaust system. Most often it fires a pipe in front of the rear pot. Its welding is certainly possible, but in the long run it is certainly not advisable. The disadvantages Peugeot 306 can include the short life of the brakes discs that need to be changed almost every other change of brake pads at 70-80,000 kilometers, as well as the fact that ABS was not on the list of basic equipment, so its existence on the vehicle should be checked. You should also check the condition of the airbag and count on its replacement if the vehicle is older than 8 years, manufacturer's recommendation. On the Peugeot 306, check. First, whether the tooth belt is changed every 4 years or to 65,000 kilometers. Tooth belt spanners have proven to be quite unreliable and can cause the belt to sag or fall off completely. There is also a way to determine if it is time to replace the belt or spanner. Start the engine and listen directly above the engine cover. The sound produced by the valves should be very quiet and disappear completely after 3-5 seconds. If clicks are still heard, the belt or spanners are ripe for replacement. Second, the Peugeot 306 tends to spend a lot of time on the front brakes, tires and shock absorbers. Check the condition of these assemblies and try to deduct the cost of replacing the worn parts. Third, the gearbox, the gentle and the synchronous are easily damaged. Fourth, air conditioning is very expensive to repair, so make sure it works. The air conditioner pipeline is rust-prone and the corresponding pipes are hard to find, so include that in the starting price if there are problems. Fifth, power windows can cause problems. Check that they work. Sixth, electronics problem that manifest themselves in a variety of ways. Resetting the ECU unit generally solves most of the problems. The cause is the traditionally disastrous Italian workmanship Magneti Marelli. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you're the owner of this car, then share your experience. It will help others to choose a car. Goodbye.